All right, we made it to Carrollton, Ohio. Today we are going inside. We're going to go see what they have. I've been here once before I'd gotten permission, so I didn't get to film anything, but now that I can, I have permission, so now that I can, I'm excited. I did see some really cute stuff here last time, so I'm excited to see what they have. I did score on some toys here last time, so I'm excited to see if they have any more fun stuff to buy. So let's go into Carrollton, Ohio Goodwill. All right, guys, we are brought to you from the T-ball field. Trey's at practice, so I'm like, I'm gonna get a video edited. Right inside the door here at Carrollton, they have their racks for prom dresses because that season is coming up very soon. And then there to the right of the store, they've got dressing rooms, bathrooms, things of that nature. And then you walk down beside the women's clothes here. Very comfy pillows. And then they have their big wall of blankets and curtains and sheets and things like that. There were some blankets here, some crochet blankets. Nothing that I was going to buy for resale, but they were very pretty to see. And this is their back wall here. It's just some new kitchen stuff. And then this is the furniture aisle there in the middle of the back. I have a thing for big bags. Since the kids, my older two kids was little, they did a lot of overnight week trips, and we always had big duffel bags. So anytime I see a big duffel bag, it's almost like, oh, I need to pick that up. I need it for nothing because it's going to be quite a few years before Trey needs that big of a duffel bag. I think the golf bag there said $7.33, just in case you couldn't see the price very well. They had boxes of softballs and baseballs and things like that. I hadn't seen that at any other stores, so I thought that was cool. I've seen like bags and boxes of golf balls and stuff, but I've not seen baseballs, softballs. So pretty cool. It's that time of year. This shelf, I kept messing with it because the shelves was leaning, and I determined that they were supposed to be doing that, probably for like shoes. This bag here probably was like a Polaroid camera bag or a binoculars bag, but there was a gentleman behind me in the aisle who was very antsy to get to that part, so I moved on. This is the back of the wall here. They've got some electronics and stuff. I looked here to see if this was like a metal flower, and I do believe it was like a tin. It was real lightweight metal. The Hulk hand, I almost wondered if it was like a lamp, but I think it was just the top of a cup because it had a spot for a straw. And this is their artwork section. They had a really neat little selection at the end here a little bit of painted pieces. And there's one in particular that I almost picked up just for myself because it was hand painted. It was beautiful. I'll show it to you here in just a second. Here it is. This is the picture here. Isn't that so pretty? It was like legit 3 feet tall, if not taller. It was so pretty. And you could feel the paint strokes. $7.68 I think was the price, which honestly I don't think that was a bad price, especially if it's for personal. But it was very, very pretty. Very nice done. And then you turn into the wreath selection here. And then we're just going to continue on the back wall. I skipped all the rows at first just because there was a lot of people in the store. And like I said before, I don't like to push myself into situations. I like to let people look. And then when an aisle opens up a little bit, then I'll, get my foot in there. But this is their book selection. They have a decent amount of books. Very nicely stacked. Very... except for that bottom there. For the majority there, it's very pretty. And this is their end caps that are color coded again, like the last store in Steubenville was. This is another Goodwill from the Cleveland area, Goodwills. Even though we're below Akron Canton, they're still part of that Goodwill Industries. And this is in their toy aisle and their board games and stuff. And then they had some baggies of toys. Nowhere near what they had the last time that I was here, that I scored on some toys. But there was a few, and I got to look through some stuff. But I think there was some like Littlest Pet Shop animals in some of them. And just other odd and ends in each bag. But nothing enough in each bag for me to warrant buying it. So I did leave them all there. These are those bags that had the little itty bitty bits of animals. Some Littlest Pet Shop animals, especially some of the originals, are worth some money. I need to look into more about which ones are worth money before I start buying a bunch, just in case. Because Trey will snatch them up faster than nothing. This tiger, I spent way too much time on trying to figure out where he was from. And ended up concluding it was from like 2003, I think. It only sold for $8 if... well, there was only listings for $8. There was none sold, so I left him there. And this is the other side of that toy aisle. Again, the aisles are pretty sparse compared to what they normally look like, that I had seen. But again, like I said, at Steubenville, I think maybe they were getting ready to like rehaul the toy section. And this is another little end cap here. This is just more Easter based. This is like a craft aisle that they had. Craft, like paper, odd and end things. Yeah, like Snoopy ornaments in a bag. And there's a whole Christmas aisle, so I don't know why Snoopy was over here, but, or I guess it's not Snoopy, it's Woodstock, but you know. And then this is their Christmas section here. They had a couple different train sets. I couldn't find any information on them just when I looked them up really quickly. The only thing with the train sets is it's hard to see unless you open it up completely. Whether everything is still there, and then whether they work. Like that's about the biggest thing. But it was very cool seeing that they had so much Christmas. Like, for it being April, it was pretty neat that they still had so much out. I picked this Santa up. You're going to hear it really fast. I'm going to turn it on and he is going to make noise. Forewarn you. Here it comes. Three, 2, 1.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, you
Merry
were.
Christmas.
You were.
That's about the only sound you'll hear in my videos. Oh, Trey just ran to third base and he went and hugged his dad because he was standing on third base at the coach to be a coach. This packet of placemats here, I considered picking them up because there was a whole bunch of different sets and they were only $4. I wish I knew more about if placemats actually sold before. I am going to look that up so that way if I do see them again, maybe at yard sales this year, then I'll pick them up. There's one of the train sets there. I didn't look at it too well. Okay. Didn't want to give you too much of a look, I guess. So this, I think, was more of like their metal section. Didn't really see too much interesting in it, but I'll show you what I see. Somebody had left a cart there, and I don't know if I've done it yet or not, but I peek in the cart because there's a green quilted oil lamp type lamp that somebody has made as an actual lamp with electric, but it was very pretty and it was just sitting in a cart, and I wish I knew whose it was because it was very pretty. It's just sitting there. Okay, kitchenware. Little groupings of silverware. I thought maybe those would be crystal, but they're just plastic handled serving, like a spoon and a little knife thing. But it's just the kitchen not appliances, the kitchen things that they have. Then we go over into the water tumblers and cups. More plastic stuff. This was a neat teapot here. It was like a metal. Yeah, $12. It was like an enameled metal pot, so it was really pretty. And this is just their baskets. I'm playing with my sunglasses, so sorry if I keep making noises. This was a neat little container here. It was wood, and they had wooden napkin rings inside of it. And I opened it up and looked in it from what I could see through the bag, and they were just pretty basic wooden napkin rings. But it was just neat. You could tell that somebody had got it from like an antique store or a craft mall or something like that. This looks like it was made out of like clarinet reeds, like the mouthpieces is what it looks like. It was really cool. $3.14. It's not a bad price for it. This looked to be like a plate or some kind of ceramic, something that had broke, and then they put it on a piece of wood. Unless then it was intentionally made like that, but it kind of looks like it was made from a mistake. So it was really cute though. Put my sunglasses down. That was a cast iron flower pot mover thing. The video is up here, which is why I'm watching up here instead of looking at you guys. These plates here, I was hoping that they were a Pottery Barn because I had just bought Pottery Barn mugs of reindeer at another store. So I was hoping that maybe they all went together, but they didn't. It was, I don't remember the name of the store, but it wasn't the same. I was looking here to see if these were like the Franciscan apple plates. I do believe they were just reproductions, so there was no markings on them. And I'm pretty sure that the Franciscans are very well marked. I might be wrong on that, but everything that I've ever seen that they've been marked. So yeah, a couple really pretty teacup and saucers. I think they had like $5.66 on each of those. These are actually Avon. I thought that they were like a blue opaline, and they were very pretty, and I was like, oh. I did a Google Lens search on them, and they are actually Avon. So I left them behind because they don't sell very well on eBay, but they were very pretty. That little timer there was really cute. I do believe it was like a strawberry cupcake. It was so cute. Very vintage. You could definitely tell that was vintage. These are here. I was looking to see if they were water for crystal. I have found a couple flutes that looks almost exactly like that at a Goodwill last year. So I was looking to see if there was more, and then I could sell them all together. those wine, the goblet glasses there, they had a business name on the outside of them. And then I just scanned through the mugs here to see if I saw anything that stood out to me. These are some old punch cups, I do believe, some milk glass punch cups. If milk glass or punch bowls sold better, I probably would have maybe picked them up, but I left them for somebody else to try. So these are $5.88 for the both. That's why I said two. For both of them, they're $5.88 for the pair. Which the last pair that I had seen that sold, they sold for like $15 average, so wasn't really worth picking up for me. This candy dish here, I do believe would have had a lid. The green dish. This little window was so cute with the cats. $5.66, I think, is what it was for that. It was so cute. Trinket box was made in China. Oh, there was a ceramic egg inside of like a clear glass bowl that had tape on top of it, and I was checking to see if it was ceramic egg or if it was glass. But it was a ceramic egg. I'm not sure if this lid went with the decanter. It was very loose, so unless it just didn't have the part that made it tight, I don't really think that it went with it. And this was just a little box of goodies. Had some random ornaments in it and some random little small glass ceramic pieces. And then these were some small mirrored trays, but they had a plastic background, so they was fairly new. My gosh, if you see my kid, you would think that he was hyped up on sugar. I mean, I know he's 4.5, he's almost 5, but he's out there just like the Energizer Bunny on the base. He's just like, this is so pretty. And I was surprised that it was still there, and it said as is. And then all of the white that you see there on the bottom was broke. Like it was broke in so many places on the bottom. It was so pretty. I almost wonder if you took a piece of felt and felted the bottom of it and maybe up over the edges a little bit, if it would cover it to where like nobody would get hurt touching it. And then it could still be loved and not sitting in a Goodwill. Little Easter baskets and just little stuffed animals and stuff there. This was more of like a hygiene health area. They had some new, some donated baggies of lotions and things like that. This was just their little small section of new goods. I will say that the difference that I've seen so far with the Cleveland Industries versus other ones that I've been to is these guys have a lot less new stuff. Some of the other industries are starting to get into a lot of buyouts and pallets and things of that nature, which is fine. But it's just something that I noticed. There's a lot less new at this area, Goodwills. So if that's something that, you know, that's important to you, that you just want to go to the Goodwills that have a lot of the used items and not so much of the new items, the Cleveland, I don't remember if it's Cleveland Akron or Cleveland Canton. I'll put it in, type it in once I'm finishing editing this, so you'll see it like right here. But from so far from what I've seen from the three, they don't have as big of a new area as the other stores do. I'm trying to remember now with Toledo. I'll cover that more in Toledo when I go up there. And this is just another one of their end caps. Looks like it's the blue end cap. Really pretty picture. Some carvings here. That one was wood. The ones in the back, I also believe they were wood as well. They wanted, I think, $35 for that whole set of, I think it's like a Johnson. I think that's the company name, the name of it. Those are just some really thick heart. Looks like you put tea lights in them. But they were really thick. Like, they were decently thick. And then this is just from the end of the end caps walking back through the store. The front door is right up there. It's the blue sign above the door. And then there had some spots here for some purses and stuffed animals before you walk up to the register. So that's all. That's going to be all for me. Thanks for watching. All right, we just finished in Carrollton, Ohio, Goodwill. Found one little vintage Santa Claus motion censored, just a little decoration head from like 1996, I think. So, I've been trying to do more, getting prices for you guys to see the difference in prices from store to store. So hopefully I'm doing that for you. It was a nice store. I didn't really talk to anybody in there, but it was very crowded, so it took a little time to get through, but I did it. We're through now. This is the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to be in New Philadelphia, Ohio. So I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We'll see you.